Hi guys, welcome back to the Player YouTube channel, and today, if you haven't already guessed it, we're going to be reviewing the new Toyota Supra. So what do we make of this joint collaboration between BMW and Toyota? Well, rather than have a quick walk around now, let's get it out on the road and see what it goes like. Get out on the road in this car and look, I just sat here like that because there's one thing, this car just does not fail to put a smile on your face. Listen to this, listen. Oh, and the road holding. I am just pulling this round now. The back end wants to go, but oh my God. Hold on to your hats. Here we go. I'm sorry. What a car! Oh, seriously, Toyota, BMW, I could kiss your ass. It's just perfect, this car. This is everything when I was a kid I dreamed of. My first car was a Capri. You've probably never heard of it. It was an amazing car, built like crap, made by Ford, but I loved that car. And ever since then, I've always searched for a car that can do that, what that just did to me. And this car does it every single time. Enough said. Enough said. I love you. You get out in the Toyota Supra and just the seating position just makes you feel so good. I mean, the collaboration between BMW and Toyota just says it all in this particular car. It's got that 80s sort of retro feel to it, but at the same time it's got that lovely modern touch of the suspension, the brakes, and the one thing which you just have to love is that beautiful, listen to that, that's a 3-litre straight 6 engine, absolutely flat on the floor, and now I'm having to brake because this car is incredible. Right, okay, let's give you a proper review, because you don't want to just sit here watching me wet my pants over how much I love this car. This car is so much fun. It is so exciting. Look, even if you're not interested in buying one, go down to Toyota and take one for a test drive, because I am telling you, this is the next best thing to anything I can think of on 4 wheels. It's stunning, stunning. It holds the road, it grips, it's got those amazing I'm really having to think. I'm that blown away by this car. It's got those Michelin Pro Pilot Pluses, which are stunning. They're so sticky and they really hold the road. And they cost around £200 UK pounds each. I'm sure if you looked online wherever you live, you'll find them for around recommended retail price £284. I know that. So I'm going to start telling you a little bit more about this car, as in like servicing, warranties, things like that, because I think the answer to buying one of these is wait 3 years. And in 3 years, the actual figures, Toyota reckon this car will be worth 28,000 UK pounds. But if you look on some of the other sites that I've been on and done a little bit of research on this car, around 23,000 is more likely going to be the mark that this will sell for. So 3 years old, 23,000 pounds. Warranties, 5-year warranty from Toyota, 5 years. So you still have 2 years warranty left. It's already starting to make sense. The actual services on it, well, you get a full 10,000 mile or 12 month service, £595. That's not bad. Even the half year, the interim service, 6,000 miles, I think that comes in at 395 UK pounds. It's not bad, the servicing on this car, very, very good. And that's with Toyota. I'm sure you find it cheaper. There are companies that are authorised by Toyota to carry out those services as well. Worth looking into, guys, if you're thinking of buying one of these second hand. A set of brakes, front discs on this car. around about 65, 70 pounds, UK pounds. And the rears are only 86 to 90 pounds. Again, you've got to pay for fitting, but let's face it, if you've got a car like this, pretty easy to do yourself. An exhaust on this, well, the aftermarket exhaust that they sell for this it's actually 3.5 kilos lighter than the original one they put on. It probably sounds even better because it's made of some super lightweight material, but at the same time, you can get an extra 14 to 17 brake horsepower out of this car. Why you would want that, I have no idea, but you can if you remap it when you put the exhaust on, which is pretty amazing. But that will cost you, stand by, a hefty £2,000. But it could be worth it, because at the moment, a lot of the sound that we're getting feedback from this is sadly pumped through the speakers, but I can live with that. You saw what happened to me. It just destroyed me. I just absolutely loved it. Economy wise, you're not really going to be that bothered about it, but I am so impressed with the economy on this. It's doing around 32 to the gallon. I mean, this is a 3-litre straight 6 turbo engine, and it's doing nearly 32 miles to the gallon. I mean, fair play. That's amazing. It's the same engine as in the Z4 as well, by the way. I forgot to mention that. Same gearbox as well. But the whole thing, you add this, because the Z4 is no longer available in a coupe. So this is your coupe version of the Z4. And again, the convertible version of this is go buy yourself a Z4, because that's the way they've worked it. That's the deal between BMW and Toyota. I'm not going to harp on about it. I think it was a great idea to collaborate on a car like this and on the Z4. Why not? It's a stunning little setup. Well, I have completely lost the plot with this car. It is the most fun to drive, and it's super comfy, and you've got that fabulous 8-speed gearbox, and what else do I say? Limited to 155 miles an hour. What a shame, because this car should, if you take that limiter off, electronically limited, take that off, this would do over 200 miles an hour all day long, and feel comfortable doing it as well. 0 to 60, 4.1 seconds. Bring it on. We love this car. Let's get back to Andy and see how he sums up this thing. What am I talking about? I am Andy. There you go. What a fantastic experience, and filming that was just utter bliss. Really enjoyed it. Back down to earth now, feet on the ground. Let's have a look at the car itself. There are a lot of fake vents on this car. They look nice, but they have no purpose whatsoever. So we'll forgive it that, because the looks of this car, I think, are what sell it. Under the bonnet in a minute, we're going to have a look. That also sells it majorly. You do get a lot of aerodynamics with this car. They do really work, because this car, when it is absolutely, you're flooring it up the road, it needs something to pull it down onto the road, because it is just so super quick. Round here, well, on this particular one, this car is the GR ProTrim, so it's the upgraded version, that extra couple of £1,000 you can pay and you get those extra bits. Normally it comes with 18-inch alloys. These come with 19-inch alloys, and you get these lovely red calipers as well. For an extra 300 and something pounds, UK pounds, you can have it in this Bumblebee yellow, or whatever you want to call it. I love it. I think it's such a head turner as well. Again, coming down, looking down the side here, you've got these lovely lines. The whole thing, it's got like, this car's actually got like hips on it. It's got real sort of sexy hips on the back here, and yet again another fake vent down here. But it all adds to the whole sort of look of this car. I don't know how you describe it, but I love it. It's really cool. These side skirts as well, they're really nice. The whole thing is very, very streamlined. Come with me, let's have a look round the back. Let's check it out at the back. What you get, again, a really good looking bum to this car. I mean, it's just like, these are like very thin sort of LED eyes that staring behind almost. I don't like this big badge, unfortunately. I think it's just too much. It's too in your face. What I do love are these massive, massive exhausts. It's just so lovely that, and they are real. Also, I love this fog light in the middle here. It's like very reminiscent of the Formula One light that you get at the back of the Formula One cars. It's really nicely designed. I don't think this bit is as nice as the old Supra. I used to love that big wing that came over the back. This is sort of more, I don't know, it's more shaped, but I do like the glass at the back. That's really nice. With the tailgate, well, obviously it's not electronically assisted, and also you have to use the key, which is why I've got it in my hand. There isn't a button down here, and it's not that heavy to lift up. We've got a couple of bags in here. It's a reasonable size. You could probably get 3 sort of gym bags in there quite easily. It's around about 260 litres of boot space, and this pops out as well. And it's a nice little area. I'm just wondering where you've actually get golf clubs through there. You can almost go all the way through in there as well. It's nicely set up. We like it. Again, though, everything sounds solid on this car, like it's properly built. Let's go and check out under the bonnet and see what's hiding under there. Let's check out under the bonnet. What an engine. Not much to see, unfortunately, because all modern engines are covered in bits of plastic. However, this particular one, although it's sized, this is still very, very pretty under here. I love it. This is a straight 6 3-litre petrol engine, and it develops around about 335 brake horsepower. But the most important thing is the 500 Newton meters of torque that this produces when it's really given its full horses. This would, as they say, pull the hind legs off the proverbial donkey. So we've seen under the bonnet, and we've seen in the boot, and we've seen all around this car. Let's have a look inside and see what you get for £52,000 plus. Follow me. So, one thing you will notice straight away, it's very easy to get in and out of. But trust me, that's taken a bit of practice. These seats are absolutely stunning. They're all electronic, so you can set them up exactly how you like them. And the one thing I love about them is you've got these nice side bolsters as well. So you've got a separate button that actually pulls it in tight and will hold you really nice and straight when you're driving fast. I'm going to shut the door because I love the sound. The quality of the build of this car is absolutely phenomenal. It's BMW at the end of the day. You've got the BMW infotainment system here. It's about an 8.5, nearly 9-inch screen at the top there. It doesn't glare at you. It's really nice. We'll put it on in a second when I fire the car up. Just below it, you've got a memory panel, and you can assign those keys to different memory things that it can remember. You've got the volume button there, and then there's a mode button there as well. Just below it is the heating panel. Again, all BMW. You get 2 nice heated front seats as well. And the whole thing is just so easy to use. Bang, bang, done. Easy. 8-speed auto gearbox. We love this. When we were out in the car, it was simply amazing to use. It's so quick, so responsive, and I don't know, it almost senses what's coming up and what's actually going on. In the centre here, well, my favourite button, I call it the snap, crackle, pop button. And the reason for that is called the sport button. And when you push that, it opens those baffles up. And when you drop down through the gears, oh my God, does this sound absolutely amazing. As you saw when we were out on the road, loads and loads of fun. Snap, crackle, pop button, that's what I call that. You've got a couple of other buttons here. There's the stop start in traffic button if you want to turn that off because you're not whether the engine's going to run or not. And over here, that big BMW Node button, the one that you use to move around the screen. You can see the screen's lit up now, which is lovely. And at the same time, you've got all your menus, media buttons here, and everything you need. The good thing about this is when you are driving, you can just fumble around with it like that. You don't need to look down and touch all this. It all comes up here and there. So easy. Double cup holder, completely irrelevant to be honest, because as soon as you put a cup in it, it's in the way for both you and the passenger. More for the passenger because it's almost, you know, this side is nothing, nowhere to rest your arm. I love all the carbon finish on this. It's been really nice little bit of attention to detail, and I also love the fact that there is a big piece of padding here, so if you are hard on that steering, your knee is tucked up against here. The only thing is for the passengers, there isn't really a lot to hang on with. There's nowhere to grab. I mean, you've got this silly old bit of netting down here as well, so yeah, I can't really say it's probably the best for the passenger, but for the driver, this is a driver's car. Glove box, well, not exactly the biggest glove box in the world, but what do you need a glove box for these days? You don't keep handbooks in there anymore, they're all online. Look at the styling on this, guys, look at the finish. I mean, it's really beautiful. I love it. It's very 90s. I think late 80s, 90s, it has that sort of Japanese 80s car feel about it. And that reflects here in the dashboard on the instrument cluster itself. It's a keyless, so we don't need to put the key in. There's your stop start button there. Absolutely love this. Up comes the dashboard, it's all lit up, center tachometer, and then right in the very center is your gears as you're going up through the gears. To the left is your fuel, and to the right is your temperature. and there's a very small speedo. However, you don't need it there because with the upgrade on the trim level, so this is the top trim level, you get heads-up display, and that will give you your traffic sign recognition, and it will also tell you what speed you're doing, which is perfect when you're driving along. Absolutely love all that as well. And with that upgrade, you do get Apple CarPlay. You don't get Android mirroring. I must mention that. Don't know why. Never figured that out. But BMW doesn't do Android mirroring. They like Apple. Bit like me. So your Apple goes in there. You've got wireless charging as well. We've got a 12-volt charger in there. We've got a USB there as well. I mean, the whole thing is just geared up beautiful. Even on the steering wheel here on the right, so simple. Telephone system, scroll up, down, memory, move, contacts, whatever you need. On the left-hand side, well, it's cruise control, it's speed limiter, and it's so easy to set and use. And then also on here, if you want to use the trip computer, etc., top button on here, on this stalk here, as you scroll across, you will see it comes up with the mileage, what you're getting to the gallon, and the overall miles as well. All in all, this is a stunning car to sit in. It's a stunning car to drive. It comes with a JBL sound system, and on the upgraded model you end up with 12 speaker surround system in here. The sound is phenomenal. Not that I would ever put it on unless I was really bored, because just listening to the sound of the engine and playing around with this car is more than worth it. Let's sum this car up and leave you with the final thought. So there you have it, guys. That's the review on the new Toyota Supra, and what a car it is. I think it's great value for money, it's super exciting, and it's a great all-round car. I'd definitely go and give one a test drive if I was you. Don't forget, if you like what you're watching, subscribe, like, and give me a comment. Why not? And if you want to see more, when you subscribe, leave a little bell ticked and you'll get a reminder whenever we put a video up. Also, don't forget, the only reason we do this is because they're part of our bigger channel. They're part of The Player, and The Player is also a men's magazine. If you go to www.theplayer.co.uk, look down there now, it's coming up. Pop over there, have a look. It's free to look at online. You'll thoroughly enjoy it. I'll catch you next week with another car, guys. I know what it is, you don't. I'll see you next week. Take care, safe driving.